Hi guys, so this video is about a Fil Am couple got scammed by a van driver in the Philippines. I just watched this video. This is let me just go from this couple. You probably recognize them. It's called the channel was called Turquoise Sunsets. This is John and Maurice. Um, they are right now in the Philippines. I don't know. I lost track on them. I was watching them for a while and then I just forgot about it. And I don't know their situation right now. The last time I remember seeing them was building a house in Florida. But it seems like every time I see them, they were just like traveling all over. So I don't really know their story right now. But what I want to share with you is they got scammed in Cebu. They were in a place I think in Valencia, and they were trying to hire a van to go to Cebu. And then when I think they used this van before. And then the driver was I think was first of all he was asking for like a deposit, a deposit to kind of to reserve. And then after that, when they're ready to go, John and Marisa they have two young kids, one girl and one boy. And then the driver said to Marie, said, hey, you know what? Since this band is very, pretty big, it's only you guys in here in the back. Can I just, maybe my cousin, can tag along with us because she want to go to Cebu. This is my cousin, and the driver was like keep insisting this is my cousin. So sometimes when they do that to you at the last minute, so what you gonna do? Are you gonna you try to be nice, and you figure out the cousin's just gonna sit in the front with the driver. So what? You still have your privacy in the back. So they said okay, and then on their way to Cebu, the two keep talking and they keep addressing each other cousin, so they try to let the John and Marie's, the client, thinking they're really cousins. Eventually, after on their way to Cebu, finally, these drivers keep getting called from somebody, but it was on like a speaker mode, so Maurice can overheard, they're talking, and then finally she find out it was from the police. Police was asking the driver, have you seen? Is there a young woman? Uh, right on riding in your van, with you, with a tattoo in the face. and then, and there, there she was, the her cousin that she keeps saying it was her cousin was right there, and they just find out that she is wanted by the police because that young woman just stole money from her employer. So the police, are looking for her at that moment right now. And then finally, there's like a, Marie start to like feel like what's going on. This seems like a commotion, in the front, So she finally kind of, and by the way, she also was overhearing, the conversation. And then when the driver is like kind of get caught in between, so he start to speak to the supposed to be the cousin, in their dialect, which is Bisaya. They were in Cebuana, they start to speak in Bisaya. I don't know if Marisa speak Bisaya or not, but probably sometime you can pick up, a little bit here and there. Just like me, I can pick up a little bit here and there. So she finally confront the driver. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Why is the police calling you? And then finally, the driver had to come clean and told her the truth that this is not her cousin. Because he just assuming that maybe they make a deal that because she wanted to go to Cebu, and then on the driver thinking is that's another probably another money. Probably the driver give the young woman a good deal that yeah, you want, if you want to tag along, I can charge you less than the couple in the back or something like that. Just be very careful. That's why they are making the video to warn people, especially the foreigner. When you go to the Philippines, you're gonna encounter something like that. And I do remember, even though when I was still in the Philippines, my experience was like something like a tricycle. In the Philippines, those in a suburb. I live in Manila, but in Quezon City, like suburb of Manila, you're gonna have a lot of like a tricycle. This is one of the like what do you call that? In a small area, that's where they operate. This tricycle that so people can ride. Because a lot of people doesn't have car at that time. I don't have a car at that time. When we were very young, when I was very young, we don't have a car, and then eventually we were able to buy cars. But and then I do remember, I have sometime I would have to take if there's no car available to take me to school, I will have to take a tricycle to school. And then and sometimes I take tricycle coming back home, because I like to stay late after school. I like to stay with my friends, and we play basketball, something like that. And then I'll just tell my parents that don't worry about me. I'll just go home by myself. I'll take a tricycle, or I just walk home. It was not really that far, especially when you're young. You can just walk. It's not that far. But what I'm trying to share is that sometimes this tricycle, if the driver is like a hustler, they will try to make extra money instead of normally during my time. When you hire the tricycle, say, hey, what, take me to this place, right? When they take you to that place, you're the only passenger. That's normally is the case. But then eventually, this like so many years ago, like 25 years ago, they were those smarter or smart ass as we call driver. They will try to make extra money by picking up extra passenger. Sometimes they will, if you just by yourself, they will say, hey, if they see a passenger, you want to ride, if it's, along the way, they say, okay, why don't you sit in my back? And then sometimes they will, tell you to scoop in and then let the other passenger in. It used to be not that way, but then, some driver, start to do that, picking up extra passenger. So I don't know, but what are you gonna say? You're gonna say no. Of course, you just gonna scoop, over and let the passenger. It's very inconvenient, also uncomfortable, because you don't know who are they picking up. They can pick up a big guy or a smelly guy. I mean, I really don't like that big. Anyway, so just be very careful. They try to make extra money. And then this time, what happened to them was that young hitchhiker. Well, I don't. Maybe it's not a hitchhiker because I probably she was because she had money. She stole money. Maybe she's also a paying passenger. But the driver was not just being being honest with them. And then when the police called him, he got scared. He decided to turn the young woman over to the police, and then the young woman was like, just let me out here now. She wanna escape, and then the driver said, no, no way, no way. The police already know that you're in my van, so I'm taking you to the station. And then on their way to the station, the young woman asked Maurice, say, hey, sis, maybe can you hold on to my backpack, where she kept the money. And then Maurice said, are you crazy? You trying to get me involved? Of course she said no. There's no way I'm gonna. Anyway, so it could turn into a disaster because can you imagine that they could be detained for being associated, with a robbery or something, with this woman, stealing from her employer. So yeah, well, it turned out to be, it turned out okay. They were not being detained or something like that. And then they also have two small children with them. So that's the scary part. So they were just making the video to alert foreigner just to be careful. When things like that, when you're hiring, just make sure you should be hiring like people that you are probably better by recommendation, by especially like go to like those hotel concierge. Usually they know a lot of people. Maybe you can ask them, instead of just randomly get a taxi cab. I do remember when I was in the Philippines, I was with my family, and my cousin was we went to Baguio, and she just went to get randomly just contact a taxi cab and say, hey, do you want to just can we just hire you for the whole day, just take us around, something like that. But she's local. She's local, so she's not she not worried about that. But if you are a foreigner or you are just visiting, it's better to get some recommendation, especially from like a concierge or somebody that been hiring this. Yeah, this type of people are some, you're gonna get that. I also remember one time, this is when I was still in the Philippines. Can you imagine that? When I was still in the Philippines, I do remember. Again, I don't have a car at that time. I don't have a car when I was. I got married, and then one day I got sick. I got very sick. I got very ill. I was hospitalized for like 4 days, and then after that, I live in suburb of Manila. It's about 40 minutes. It's about 40 minutes from Manila. I do own it's a townhouse. It's a two up and down 2-bedroom townhouse. I still own it. So, and then I was in a hospital in Manila. I was so weak. I already the doctor already like what do you call that? Already give me the okay to go home. But I was still feeling very weak, So I, and then we, so I, like my wife and I was like, what should how I don't I was so weak to go through a lot of like a transportation because in order to get home, if I have to take a jeepney, I have to go a couple of I have to what like I have to take a couple of trip. There's no direct ride from the hospital to my place. I think I have to do like probably 3 or 4 times transfer. I think 3 times, maybe twice with the jeepney, and then the third one was I have to take a tricycle to get to my place. So, and then I figure out, it's just a hassle. I may as well just hire a taxi, but I'm afraid the taxi doesn't go over all the way to my place because it might be off their boundary. At that time I was living considered far from the city, so I decided to hire a jeep that I know. There's a place in the Chinatown near the hospital where you can hire a jeep for hire. So and then went over there and I talked to the dispatcher. I said, hey, I live here. I live in Novaliches. It's about 2 miles from the city. Uh, um, and he pretty know the area. He said okay, and then he said okay, this and we agree. He would quote you a price, and then if you agree, he was assign a driver to take you to where to your home or wherever you want to go. So and then that's what he did, and then then we start on our way to to our home. Once we are getting closer, the driver start to like complaining like this is too far. This is this I'm not gonna make money on this one. This is just way too far. I need to I cannot agree with that price. I could not remember the price right now. Let's just say for for this story's sake, let's say the agree was 100 peso at that time, and then he was saying that it's not enough. It should be like 200 or maybe 250. It's more than he wants more than half of that. And I said, you know what? That's not you. That's not what the dispatcher. Usually you deal with the dispatcher. You don't deal with the driver when you hire a jeepney in that place. And I say I just spoke to that. And they said no, no, no. I can't. I can't do that. If you not gonna agree with my price, I'm gonna just drop you off right here. In the middle of the road. Something like that. So I keep try to I keep try because I was very weak. I was not feeling well, and I keep trying to tell him that just it's not that far. Just continue until I get home. So until we reach to our place. So I called the dispatcher. I said, hey, you know what's going on? I'm a regular customer, and then you have this attitude, this driver, try to almost like extortion, try to get more money from me. I mean, I don't mind. I give. Let's say I don't mind give him an extra tip, but what we agree upon is what we agree upon. I would not negotiate. Even though I can afford it, I would not negotiate try to have somebody like extortion. Um, so I said I'm not, basically I was trying to give this the dispatcher because he's the boss. Uh, you know I said you can do this. If that's gonna be the case, I'm gonna, everybody will know that. I'm gonna spread this around, and I know many people. It's bad for your business. You're making a bad deal here. And then the dispatcher says, "No, no, 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 no. I understand. That's just ignore the driver. Ignore the driver. Gave whatever we agree upon. The price. That's it." So I just told the driver, "Hey, you know what? You have a problem. You talk to your dispatcher. This is the what we agree upon. It's like 100. Let's say 100 peso. I'm gonna give you a tip. 20, I think I add maybe let's say 20 pesos, something like that. So that's how we end up. But what I'm trying to say is, you're gonna get this bad, bad people too. Even this is a long time ago. So just be careful when you are hiring. Hiring anything. Anything. Especially if you are a foreigner or a tourist. Can you imagine? I'm a local guy. And then they try to pull this up on me, like, because they at that time he know I just came out of the hospital and he can see that I was very weak, and he wanted to drop me off in the middle of the of the road, and then I got stopped. He know that I will not be able to carry those things, with my wife. So I try to convince him, try to say, oh, you know what, we'll talk. Oh, we'll talk over it because I just don't, I don't know if I have enough money or something like that. I want to make it right for you. I tried to convince him to take us all the way, to our home, and I was able to do that. But after that, I will not, take his bullshit, like extortion. He wants more than half. Like again, I cannot remember exactly how much, but I know it's a lot of money that he wanted. But I'm not going to give it to him. So anyway, so I hope people will learn, lesson. Just be very careful. If you agree on something, maybe sometime, maybe make a video. Make a video just to. I seen other blogger were doing that. They were filming while they were talking, dealing with the pricing or something like that. So when things things like did not work out or something like that, you have at least approved that that's the agreement. So anyway, just be careful. Let me know your thought on this video. I'm going to put a link to John and Marie's channel, and in the video you can watch so you can have a full understanding of what happened to them. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Let me know your thought on their on their story about being scammed by the Filipino van driver. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye bye.